Yes, it's running now, Your Worship.
Good morning, councillors, and welcome to the extraordinary council meeting of the 30th of June 2020. I'll invite Councillor Martin to do the opening karakia.
Kia ora, Your Worship, Morena councillors and staff. Kia hora te marino, kia whakapapa Pounamu te moana, he hurahai mā tātou, iti rangi nei, aroha atu, aroha mai, tātou ia tātou katoa, hui e tae kie. And that translates to, may peace be widespread, may the sea be like Pounamu, a pathway for us all this day. Give love, receive love, let us show respect for each other and bind us all together. Kia ora.
Move on to item 2 on the agenda, which is the apologies. Now I have an apology from Deputy Mayor Carruthers, an apology from Councillor Kennedy, and an apology from KW Tumahai. Are there any other apologies? I'd like to move that they be accepted.
Okay.
Councillor Neal, Councillor Davidson, those in favour?
Aye.
Thank you. Move on to the declarations of interest that have been circulated on team systems. Now, I've made one change today, which is a affected party on a mining licence. The mining has now ceased next to my property. And I'll invite other councillors, if they have a conflict to be added or removed, please make sure you do. Thank you. Move on to item number 4 on the agenda, which is urgent items not on the agenda. To the best of my knowledge, there are none. Councillors? Thank you. Move on to item number 8 on the agenda, which is staff reports. The first report can I just double check your... The first report is the rating policy, and it's on pages 5 to 24 of your agenda. I'll invite the Corporate Services Manager to present the item. Thanks, Leslie.
Good morning. I'll take the report as read and open for any questions.
Thank you. Councillors, reports taken as read. Are there any questions? Someone like to move that the council adopts the proposed rating policy attached as Appendix 1. Councillor Martin, Councillor Davidson, those in favour?
Aye.
Move on to the adoptions of the draft annual plan, and that's for 2021, and that's on pages 25 to 74 of your agenda. And I invite Emma, Strategy and Communications Advisor, to present the report.
Good morning, councillors and your worship. I would like to take the report as read and ask if there are any questions.
Thanks, Emma. The report is taken as read, and you look fine there now, Emma, beside the stand. Questions? Let's go around the table on this one. It's a big. It's probably one of the most important resolutions we'll consider today, because, and as you know, there have been months and months of preparation going into preparing this by staff and by councillors as well. So let's start with Councillor Hartwell.
On mute.
You're on mute.
I just had one query just about the penalties on the rates. Is 10% a pretty high amount in today's world?
And there's they would they go.
Councillors asked through the Local Government Act. In line with the Local Government Act.
Thank you. The answer is that the rate set is in line with the Local Government Act.
Yep.
Councillor Kogan.
No, I read through all of it and everything looks good to me, and I was pleased to see that they've brought in 3.5.1 around with the penalties now that it's up to within 5 business days after the date that they're actually due, just to give people a little bit more time to ensure that their payments are but no other questions with it at all.
Thank you. Councillor Hart.
No, I too read through the report and yeah, it was everything we discussed at the meeting last week before, whatever it was. And yeah, well done. There's a lot of work in there.
Councillor Martin.
Thank you, Your Worship. I agree with the comments from Councillor Hart and the councillors prior. There's a lot of work that goes into the preparation of an annual plan, so I appreciate that from the community and from the councillors and the council staff and corporate services and finance team. It's a huge body of work, so thanks everyone. But I think this is really good for councillors to see how an annual plan is pulled together as we start to frame our discussions for the long-term plan, because that's really where we set the direction for council for the next, the foreseeable future. So this annual plan captures all of our decisions that we made. So on that basis, I'm quite comfortable with its adoption.
Paul.
Thank you, Your Worship. It's been a juggling act, obviously, to get everything in there and to stay within zero rate increase. I realise that's postponed some of the pain until next year, but hopefully not too painful. But I think it's important that it has responded to the pleas from the Westland Sports Hub for help and the Regent Theatre. I think they're two good outcomes in particular. And of course, the best outcome of all is the fresh look that's been taken at the Hokitika sewage options in future. I think that is a watershed for Hokitika and Westland District Council. I did notice in here, and I should have marked it, the Ring Hill Lookout. Replacement of kiosk and interpretation panels at Ring Hill Lookout. I know we talked about a tidy up at Ring Hill, but the kiosk or the miner's cottage there doesn't need replacing in my view. And the interpretation panels always need a good tidy up. They do get vandalised from time to time, they get grime on them, but I don't know that they needed full replacement, especially not the information kiosk.
Thank you.
Just through the chair, we'll take that into consideration and note that point. Thank you, Paul. I'll review that with the district assets team to come back at a future date.
Yeah, thank you.
Councillor Newton.
Yeah, thank you. It's certainly a reflection of a lot of discussion, research, assessments and costing, and I think it does clearly reflect our discussions and decisions over the past few months. So thank you. Anyone else?
Councillor Davidson.
I'm just not too sure about the plan here. I'm just looking at the
the water supply, is it? And it's got the long-term plan year 3, disinfection, $214,000.
Through the chair. So that CapEx number was put in there as a provisional holding cost. We were expecting legislation coming from government through the water reforms. That hasn't eventuated. So this will be reviewed as part of the long-term plan. We haven't changed it for the long-term, for the annual plan, but it will be reviewed as part of the long-term plan for future capital requirements.
Okay, thank you. Nothing further.
Thank you. Before putting the resolution, I'd like to express my thanks to the community for the support they've given us in preparing the plan, to the councillors who really only started in November, and it's been full on since then, working through everybody's various views and seeing what has come out of it. To the staff, I think the staff have done a brilliant job. I mean, here we are once again, on time, within legislation, and about to approve it. Simon, congratulations on your leadership of the project. It's been it's a very difficult project to get through on time, especially when you chuck a bit of COVID and a bit of what else into the system. The zero rate increase, the fact that the council's cash position has grown, the balance sheet's in good shape, and then you look at the points that Paul Badwick has made. He's highlighted the points that were, in my view, outstanding considerations and difficult for everybody around the table to go through and evaluate before they made their decision. So congratulations on that. I'm just delighted to be able to sit here and chair the meeting. I'll invite somebody or a councillor to move the resolution, which is it's that A, council adopts the annual plan 2020-2021 attached as Appendix 1, and B, that council instructs the chief executive to publicly notify these documents in accordance with statutory provisions. Ask somebody to move the resolution. Councillor Hart, do I have a second? Councillor Hartshorn, all those in favour?
Aye.
Those against? Thank you very much.
Just for your worship, I'd just like to take the opportunity to thank my team as well. Some hard yards and a lot of rework, obviously, with the decision to go zero rates. It has made things slower in terms of being able to come up with this annual plan, because we have a new system that would have been quite quick to actually obviously modify and get it tabled. But thanks to Leslie and the finance team for pulling this together, and particularly Emma as well for all the hard work that's gone on behind the scenes. As we know, there's still some work to do to get all this across the line. So thank you to the team.
Now we'll move on to the final resolution, which is the rates resolution. Now you can read it between pages 75 and 84 on your agenda, and I would invite the Cricket Services Manager to present the resolution and the report.
So through you, Your Worship, this is the final step of the annual plan. You have to adopt a rates resolution for us to be able to strike the rates for the upcoming year, and this report details the information around those rates, the rates resolution.
Thanks.
Any questions?
Thanks, Leslie. The report's taken as read. Councillors, any questions? And on that note, I'll invite a councillor to move the resolution. A, that council adopts the rates resolution as tabled, and B, Council instructs the Chief Executive to strike the rates in accordance with the annual plan 2020 and 2021. Do I have a mover? Councillor Neal. Councillor Davidson. All those in favour?
Aye.
Those against? Resolution's carried. Congratulations, councillors and staff. Great effort. Of course, now we move on to the LTP. And then after that, we move on to the annual plan again. It's never ending, isn't it?
Annual plan review before then.
Of course. To those watching the Zoom live, this is the end of the meeting. We're now going into confidential. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope it's working out for you. It's certainly working out for us. Would someone like to move that council move into the public excluded section? Councillor Hart, Councillor Martin, those in favour?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, councillors. And I'd ask Diane to now remove us from the